What is happening, everybody? Happy Friday. Justin
Friday.
Gadwell, what's up, my brother?
What the fuck is that?
Well, well, come on, man. First 10 seconds, you're not allowed to cuss. You've been using a lot of numbers in your words lately when you're typing.
Yeah, my keyboard's
So we had to make
too close.
Yeah, we had to make it, all you, bro.
Accurate. Yeah, accurate. I gotcha.
I actually got a topic today.
Hey, awesome. Hey, you mind if the little guy jumps in?
I don't care.
He's not
stupid. That is a stupid question.
Well, no, he's like getting ready to go to Magic Mountain. So I wasn't sure if he had time.
Then he needs to come over and say hi before he goes to Magic Mountain. He can just come out and say hello.
Yeah.
Hey, Sport, keep your ass over here. Just come over and say hi at least, you monkey. Hello? He's on the camera.
Hello.
Hey, Jackie, have fun at Magic Mountain, buddy.
This was good.
Yes.
Have fun at Magic Mountain.
So when you go to Magic Mountain, are you going to mow the grass or?
Yeah.
Wow.
I know. That was awesome, dude. That was awesome.
Really? Wow. Okay.
Well, man, we rag on his father so often. You know, it's
leave the boy alone. That was good though. You gonna go mow the grass?
I will spit out my water, dude. That was freaking hysterical.
So it's a movie topic and how Hollywood's screwing up.
Whoops.
Well, you mean?
But before we go any further, first thing we need to do, Hungar, you need to paint your back wall blue. If we're going to go on to this topic, the host of the show has to have a blue back wall.
Now, here's what it is.
I would just say, right off the bat, can we just go over to Razor Fist's, Hollywood's been commie since the beginning video and start with that?
It's not even that. Okay. We all know about the commie and all this stuff. I'm talking about the woke bullshit.
It's all part and parcel.
Well, the reason why Hollywood got started is because Edison wouldn't allow our happy friends to have snuff films or whatever.
Yes, we all know this. What I'm wanting to talk about is strong female characters today and how they used to be.
Yeah.
Back in the day, you didn't have to have an anti-man strong female character.
Yeah.
Look at Sarah Connor. Look at Ripley from Aliens.
You know what?
Look at Princess Leia.
When she was deep into what's her name from Hunger Games, and said, "Oh yeah, you were the first," she can go straight to hell.
But even look at that character. That character wasn't anti-male.
Yeah, Katniss was an anti-male. I'm talking like Captain Marvel.
Yeah. I'll never get over that.
The Barbie movie. I haven't seen the Barbie movie, and I'm not going to see the Barbie movie. But a lot of people are saying that every woman character in that movie, they can do anything.
Yeah.
They're all super, whoa. And every dude in that movie is a bunch of artards.
It's pronounced.
And they can't tie their own shoes. So it's like, why?
Well, to be honest, in the Barbie world, way back in the beginning, but maybe not in the beginning, but at least in the 80s on up, it was already in place.
No. Ken used to be an inventor. He was
an inventor. And the reason Barbie never got pregnant is because Ken always come in a different box.
No. Literally, the purpose of the Barbie range is to teach young girls to not have families.
Yeah.
That's the purpose of the whole Barbie range. That's why there's no
What's
baby
up?
Barbie.
Yeah, but
You know,
they
actually,
don't-
there were like little baby Barbies, like
There were-
nieces.
Yeah, there were always someone else's kids.
But they
Yeah.
need to figure it out that they don't need to make a strong female character. And who doesn't like a strong? I mean, shit. Come on, Ripley.
Matt,
I don't care what you think. Ripley was hot.
yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Her jawline is a little strong for me, but
Sigourney Weaver is hot. You do not have to make a.
I prefer
man-hating-
Sigourney Weaver in Ghostbusters over.
Oh yeah. But you don't have to make a man-hating
But
female
even
character.
Ghostbusters.
A strong female character does not need to hate men to be a strong female character.
Summer Glau is always best girl.
Oh no.
I don't
No.
care how much.
Compared to Marina Bakara, come on.
No, Summer Glau is best girl.
Summer Glau is like a 12-year-old boy compared to.
No,
Miranda
you're
Bakara.
nuts.
Oh my
Even the Princess and Ice Pirates and Princess Leia, they were strong female characters.
Leia was smoking. Oh my goodness.
Well,
That's
but
one I never
you
gave
can't
a
have
Linda
chance.
Carter. Come on. You can't have this discussion without Linda Carter. Come on.
Linda Carter, she was a strong female character. She didn't hate men.
Carter. Name sounds familiar. I can't place the character.
Wonder Woman?
Ah, okay. The original Wonder Woman.
Woman.
Way before my time.
Hey, lady.
And what's up with Off-White and the 7 diversity hires? I mean, why are they even making that?
Yeah. Well, it's not even that.
if you watch-
Listen to the character arc, and it's the same as the witch. She's striving for power and lusting to rule. That's what the evil witch wanted. That gave her the apple in the original story.
Yep.
But you were saying,
And Snow White was supposed to be better looking than a witch, and I don't know why they picked this girl because she ain't better looking.
She's not unattractive.
She's
However,
not unattractive, but she's not the fairest in the land.
yeah.
well, let's can we just actually go with the fact that she was German and not Latina?
Yeah.
Why do they have to rewrite characters from history?
Well, I keep
Why don't
telling
they?
you
If
this.
they want a strong black superhero, why not write a strong black superhero?
Well, it's like I keep telling you with role playing games. The African setting is for the African people. The Asian setting is for the Asian people. The American setting is for the Indian people. The red man. The European setting is for everyone but Whitey.
The European settings were-
And that's what it is. Our mythology is for everyone but us.
Doodle Squatch says she is no Gal Gadot, and that's the damn truth.
Gal Gadot is guilty of war crimes.
She's still hot.
Yeah, I don't know. Her head's all cone shaped. It
She,
puts me off.
the lady said he
You gotta put a paper bag over her head.
4 to 5. I would give the new Snow White a hard 4 at the most. She is no better looking than any other chick that you see at Walmart on any given day.
Yeah.
Hey, if we're gonna go this route, we also got to talk about the original Adam West Batman. Every Catwoman and Batgirl, very strong character.
Eartha Kitt was badass Catwoman.
She's my least favorite.
Yeah.
I loved her as a person. She had an absolutely amazing career. But
Or minus 5.
Julia Newmar, sorry.
The lady says that the new Snow White is a 4 minus 5, not a 4.25. All right. That makes more
She's
sense.
very attractive. I'm not gonna take that away from her because that's
She's not that attractive at all.
No.
She is average.
well.
If not below.
People think that she's attractive because she is in movies.
Hold on.
If you've seen
Hold
her
on.
on the street,
If you were to take like a random group of 10 Latinas, she's going to be in the upper echelon.
No,
Yeah,
she's
but
not.
we're talking about
No, she's
Latinos.
not. No, she's not. I'm from Florida. I grew up in Florida. land of little Cuba and little Puerto Rico and little Dominica, and I've seen better looking Latinas coming into a 7-Eleven than her every day of the week.
Okay, I can't.
I'm
speak
from
on
the
that.
land of Latinas.
I grew up in sunny Southern California, where
There's a difference between Mexicans and Latinos.
Yeah. Now, I'm a little jaded on this because
Yeah, but so stole your bike.
you're racist. We know it's okay.
yeah. I really don't like the Mossad peoples. But the bus stop I used to go to was across from a modeling studio. So I kind of judge chicks on a different skew.
Scrub the fake up off. Like you should not seriously get with a chick until you go on a swimming date.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say the same freaking thing. And if they refuse, it's like, sorry, we can't go out.
Yeah.
Now the most average Filipina is better looking than the girl that they got playing.
I think that's really kind of a matter of taste.
Well, you know my taste. I'm of the Asian persuasion.
Yes, you got your yellow fever.
Strong,
going on.
attractive, independent woman.
Dude,
Wow.
that was wow. I just hate
You know what they're calling the president and vice president in other countries? Sniffs and giggles.
Pelosi.
I thought we were still going with heels up.
Sniffs and giggles because Kamala Harris, all she does is laugh, and Biden, all he does is sniff. They did a poll, and she is
I can't do it properly.
She is the least most popular vice president in the history of vice presidents.
The least
That's
popular.
why Biden's bulletproof.
Once you go lich, you'll never bitch.
Once you go,
That's putting the romance in necromance, lady.
Oh man, you guys are on fire today. Oh, how the hell you doing, buddy?
Kamala
I hope
Harris,
you've been here
the
for the
Lich
whole
Queen.
show because wow, damn. Why don't you guys do stand up? Seriously, I'm not brown nosing whatsoever here. You guys are on fire this morning.
Oh,
Bo, you
Well-
walked into some silliness, bro, but it's all good because it's Hungar's chaotic neutral live
It's
stream.
freaking Friday, man. It's Friday.
yeah.
It's Friday. You ain't got no job. You ain't got shit to do.
That is not true. I was up at 7 a.m. cooking breakfast for these monkeys to get them out of my house.
Well, I'm quoting the movie Friday.
Whoa! You can't be calling them monkeys. That's racist.
I can call them whatever the hell I
Hey,
want.
Raven,
One of
how
them's
you
mine,
doing, young lady?
legally property. Hey Raven, how you doing this morning?
You shouldn't be abusing your
Offspring?
No, I was gonna say
Why break a tradition that's lasted millennia?
Is
you should
Jackie's
be-
buddy
you should
in
be
town?
you shouldn't be abusing
Awesome.
your.
He could have come on the show too. We could have had Jackie and his compadre.
Yeah, they're anxiously waiting by the door, like my freaking dog when the mailman's here to get the hell out of here to go to Magic Mountain.
Landscaping team.
They're gonna
That's
go,
the word I'm
so
looking
Jackie's
for.
gonna mow.
You
and
know,
his buddy's
what's funny there, Justin? What's funny there, Justin, is his friend Alex is the same kind of mixed heritage, half Mexican, half.
So
you know,
Alex
like
is gonna run the weed eater, and Jackie's gonna run the lawnmower.
Pretty much, yeah.
Do
And
they
he
got
mentioned
do they got their big brim hat and their long
Yes,
sleeve shirt?
They
and
absolutely do. They
sunglasses?
absolutely do. The funny thing is, though, is his friend Alex. You'd never guess that he's mixed. But they both have the hats. They both speak perfect Spanish, and it's freaking hysterical.
Do you speak perfect Spanish?
No, I don't speak Mexican.
Hey, TCG. So how do you know they're
You
just
speak
not
Spanish,
just talking shit?
Because I grew up in California. I understand what they're saying, but I refuse to speak it.
Somewhere,
But we,
Oh,
we're not
shit.
asking about Mexican. We said
Bo.
Spanish.
Bo got into
That's
it.
what they think is-
Bo got
So,
into
you know what?
it.
Our leaf blower is broken because one, I think it's the stupidest invention of all time.
No,
And,
very useful, especially if you're cleaning your gutters. You want that leaf
Yeah,
blower.
I live in the desert. The only thing to blow here is dust.
Yeah,
Well, and
I
other
did some.
things, but I'm not going
I did some
Make it
roofing
me.
for a summer,
Okay, I
and,
want
and the
Raven's
most
opinion.
useful tool we had was the leaf blower.
Okay, I want Raven's opinion on this because she is of the female persuasion. Raven,
Lies.
does a strong female character in movies have to be a man-hating person to be a strong female character?
Better be careful. She will give you nothing but a straight answer. Well, not a straight answer, but she's got a black belt in swearing. I'm just gonna put it that way.
You know, I want a freaking straight up answer. I don't want her to blow smoke up my ass with a leaf blower.
Yeah, but first Raven has to line up
Ripley.
the crystals.
That's what I said. Ripley, Sarah Connor. No,
Sorry, but you had that coming, Raven.
She sent me a bag of them just last week. So yeah,
no, I haven't seen Barbie. Yeah, Ripley, Sarah Connor,
I want to see Margot Robin.
Margot Robbie.
I don't fucking care what her name is. All she needs to do is go.
And
Oh,
answer our question. Okay, she's gonna answer. So, everybody, let's give Raven McMahon the floor.
no.
No,
Now, Raven, how many crystals did you have to line up to get the keyboard to type that?
Justin.
he's not wrong.
I'm not wrong.
You just got to move the cats out of the way first.
Yeah, it keeps moving the same two crystals into alignment with each other. The cats just keep knocking them out of the way.
Yeah, I could bring up messages she sent me that are nothing but freaking consonants because her cats are doing the cha-cha-cha on her keyboard.
Hey, just because you have 15 cats don't mean that you're crazy.
Just 15?
That just means you love animals.
There was one
It's
that
the
was a
raccoons and
raccoon.
cows that make us wonder. And I don't know how you guessed exactly how many she has, but that's awesome.
I just threw out a random number.
Because you're psychic.
Psychotic.
You say tomato, I say freaking. I'm
Potato.
a carnivore. So.
Yeah, Ripley, freaking Sarah Connor, Wonder Woman, Batwoman back in Adam West Batman's. I mean,
Batwoman. No. We don't say Batwoman.
Batgirl.
Batgirl.
Batwoman did not like the men.
Batgirl wears
Catwoman.
purple. Yasmin, whatever the fuck her last name was.
So,
And Batgirl was also a green one, so there's that.
Ooh, yeah.
I'm blue. Da, 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 da,
No, she was also one of the Orion slave girls. From
There you
Star
go.
Trek. Nah, I never liked
Well,
Leia.
she was the only one. She was the one from the Menagerie, right?
Uhura.
Uh,
Lieutenant
go.
Uhura. She was a badass. She was a black, badass, strong female character in.
I don't know. Combat-wise, we never really saw any of that I can recall.
You
Unless,
can be a badass without.
she had that belly dance from that movie.
You can be a
I don't know
badass.
that qualifies as badass, but
Yes,
that's
yes, it does. You don't have
no,
to-
that qualifies as combat.
fighting does not make a badass. A strong independent woman, a strong female character does not have to be a fighting female character.
But doesn't it when you're a dude?
What?
But it does when you're a dude. What can I?
Because we're masculine. They're feminine. Well, most of us are masculine. Shadow, I know. You have a hard time with that. He's a beta boy in a beta,
beta
world.
Wow,
Awful plastic.
you guys could be
He's
more inaccurate.
fantastic. Mother of Dragons. What's up, nerd? Hey, the link is in the.
He
James,
will get
I
it.
tried to go this morning as much as I could. Oh,
Max-
hey, Mr. Max.
Max
How's
is
it
not
going,
Max.
everybody?
We're
Told you
talking
you'd be
about
here.
whether a female character can be a strong female character. Does she have to be a man hater or not? I'm saying no, because we got Ripley, we've got Sarah Connor, we've got freaking all these female characters back in the day that they were just, they're bad bitches, they were chicks, and they weren't super man haters. And
You asked the question
nowadays,
wrong.
everything has to be, if you're going to be a strong female character,
I told him he was allowed to
you
ask
have
this
to hate
question
men.
and play Paint This Back Wall Blue.
I am entering the stream to defend Shadow, who out of everyone
Never
in the
defend
stream, If
Shadow.
you were wearing a black hat, a long black jacket, cowboy boots, and a pair of 6-shooters, would look more the part than any one of us.
Yeah, I'm more like,
Thanks,
I'm
Dave.
more like,
Imagine Western
I
town.
also happen to have all of the above listed accoutrements.
I'm more
That's what
like,
I'm saying. You're in a Western town in 1870 something.
Hey, your yard
A
staff.
tumbleweed swings by, and some dude comes riding into town with his black hat and his long jacket and his boots and his pair of pearl-handled 6-shooters, and he looks exactly like Shadow. That
That's
would
my
be
black
the guy. The townsfolk would be like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah,
see,
yes,
I'm
Mr.
more like
Max.
Legend
It
Jack
makes you
Horn.
look more metro than masculine, though.
I'm more like the Legend.
No,
My
I
black
think
hat?
Shadow's very
Yeah.
masculine.
I'm more like the Legend Jack Horn from the new Magnificent Seven movie.
Are you
that-
talking about the guy that was played by the?
You're more like
Yeah,
you
that
look more like
bear's wearing
dwarf number
human-
7
that
in the
bear's wearing
background.
people clothes.
yeah, that bear's wearing people clothes.
Yeah, see, that's me.
Yeah.
Oh.
See,
And
plenty
Dustin
of sword
would
and
be-
sorcery, man. Plenty of sword.
Dustin
and
would
sorcery
be up
women
in
are not men.
Canuckistan somewhere, panning a creek looking for gold.
Nah.
Valeria, Conan.
I would be sitting on the ground out in front of the bar.
Ungar and I would be outlaws for sure. We wouldn't be able to own land in 1870 something because there's a good chance, based on who we're related to, we would have rode with Wild Bill Quantrell or Bloody Bill. And all of the guys who rode with him after the Civil War, they were denied the right to own property and have certain jobs and stuff. Which is why the younger brothers mostly died in prison, and the James brothers had their problems. And Hungar and I are directly descendant of the Youngers. My mother was going to name me Cole Younger McKee, but my father got to the birth certificate first because my mother was drugged out of her mind back then. Because
It's
back then,
pronounced
that's
Ford.
when you had a baby.
Hey,
They
James,
drugged
James.
you out.
I got to ask a question, James. How come you have yet to make a stream called the James Game?
That would be cool, wouldn't it?
Oh,
Telling you, play some Doolin Dalton at the beginning.
Jesse James is a cousin of Raven's mother.
Great
so-
fucking song if you haven't heard it, guys. Doolin Dalton
Raven's
by
mother is related to Jesse James.
Yes.
How white is Raven? He claims to be black, but that
No,
thing is
No, that's not the same.
Oh,
That's
this
it.
one. So your cousins would have been hanging out with our direct descendants because we're related to the Coles.
Yeah, around these parts, we have a whole different Raven.
Of course,
Yeah.
I'm not super proud of everything they did because I don't believe shooting wounded soldiers is a good idea. I think that's a bad idea and you shouldn't do it.
Times
And
was
at one
hard.
point, they did raid into Kansas and they did shoot a hospital full of Union soldiers.
But it was Kansas, so who cares?
You shouldn't do that.
No.
I am dying on the hill that the first Confederate territory to be lost was New York City. Just 'cause
Yeah,
it's
you're
funny.
wrong, though.
It's funny.
Strong female characters that aren't man haters. Valeria.
Valeria Conan. Yes.
Yeah.
The real question I want to ask you, like you say, like strong female character that not men hater. Cut that one word short. Can we have like strong female character that are not men? You talk about those women. You give those example of women. They're just like men
Yeah.
with tits. You know, they're not. Are they strong female character or just like
Well,
strong
that-
male
that's-
character with tits, with played by a woman? You know, that's the
Yeah.
real question because like they all have like you. If what make a strong female character is depicting all the characteristic of a man, it's not a female character.
Well,
That's a new thing.
That's a new thing.
That's
a modern
Sarah
thing.
Connor.
You're right.
Very
it does
manly.
happen.
In what she, not in the first movie. In the first movie, she's a strong female character. She's very feminine and stuff like that.
And we're talking about
In the
first
second movie, she's still like motherly, so she still got this this very strong and like
Well,
she was
she
looking for
becomes
husband.
obsessed and crazy.
all the
But she's
movies
got a-
after that are written by the type of people that write
Yeah.
movies now.
Yeah. But even like if you look at
you
Replay,
proved my point, Max. Is what I'm
what
saying.
makes Replay a woman? What's womanly? What's like she's a dude. She's a trucker like the other guy. She's part of the dude. You know what I mean? She's got
Yeah.
nothing like,
Ripley.
Yeah, Ripley, that's
you
what I'm
proved
saying.
my
Well,
point.
Ripley's
It's what we
character was
do.
originally supposed to be a dude.
yeah, and she still is a dude. She's just a dude played by a woman.
Yeah.
Are we talking about aliens?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The character Ripley was
I
originally
thought
supposed to be.
Sigourney Weaver was very feminine in her role,
Th-
especially in the second movie where her maternal instinct kicks
Yeah,
in.
in the second
In the
movie,
second
they
one-
played a little more on that. On the fourth one as well. The third one, a bit
I
less.
don't recognize any alien movie past the second one.
Yeah, same with me.
It's
Yeah.
like, no.
I don't know. I kind of like the third
Sonja,
one.
Red
I tried
Sonja.
to watch Covenant the other day. I made it like 15 minutes in. I couldn't fucking stand it anymore.
Why would you subject yourself to such tortures?
I was curious.
Was Pinhead in the room?
Red Sonja was very feminine and beautiful, but had her oath that only a man who could defeat her in battle could ever be with her.
But that's the thing, too.
That's why
She was-
Conan smashed.
she's very feminine in appearance, but everything she does, she's not. She's
That's true. She's a
yeah.
bloodthirsty mercenary.
Hey, she
Yeah.
did submit to Conan.
Hey,
Wow.
and if you picked up a recent Red Sonja comic book, like printed in the last 10 years, she don't even like men at all.
What?
Because
Yeah.
it's new stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
so we've got to be very careful with,
Reject
when we draw that timeline, because
Yes, but everything that you have there in your room, James, is modernity.
everything. You mean like guns?
a lot of that stuff is commercialistic product.
Justin's trolling.
he's been trolling all morning. He's been on fire, so be careful.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna be careful.
This
I'll
plate is hot.
send
I
his
bet.
ass back to Nookistan.
Jackie's like Xena Warrior lesbian.
But
Xena
was
Warrior
she?
lesbian.
What? Gee, I know that they.
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
did
no,
it. With
they
the
didn't
little
write
blonde
it because they
girl,
couldn't, but
They,
it
they
was
didn't really. I always thought Xena was kind of in love with Hercules.
Nope.
no,
Nope,
no.
nope,
Nope.
Hercules.
She was
Not
getting
even a little.
her creek licked out by freaking
No, she was
Gabrielle.
with Gabrielle. Yep.
Yeah, that's
Gabrielle.
what I just said.
I
No, you
thought
can even
we-
ask Lucy Lawless. She'll tell you the same thing.
I thought
And
we support
during that
homosexuality
last
as
season,
long
they
as
were
the
just
girls are
blatant
hot.
about it.
Oh, I always thought Lucy Lawless was hot as shit.
Yeah.
Oh, I would definitely.
I wouldn't kick her out of bed for eating crackers, even if my dog's name was Crackers.
You know, I rewatched
think about
Breaking
it.
Bad recently. And I
Yeah.
would say that the Skylar in that show is a strong female character.
Yeah.
She's not a dude. She's motherly. She's
Yeah.
female. She's very like feminine. I hate her, but I hate women, so that's not a
Yeah.
surprise.
Did you say you hate women?
You don't know that lore?
Skylar is just a pain in the ass. is what-
Yeah, she's the neg one.
Raven McMahon,
That's
Joan
what
of
make her
Arc, the
female.
ultimate strong female, and she didn't hate men unless they were English. That's true.
Yeah, but she was French, so she doesn't count as human.
Oh my God.
You're French.
No, I'm not. Well, a
You're,
quarter.
you're
That
French
doesn't count.
Irish. You potato-headed motherfucker.
I've got 0 Irish blood in me.
No, you're thinking about
that's not what your
Mage's musing.
boyfriend said last night.
Mage's musing is
Fuck you.
He's
some
French
Belgian.
because everyone in Canada is at least some part French.
Yeah, but
If your
but,
family has been in Canada for more than 4 or 5 generations, you have French blood in you. Just freaking admit it and move on.
yeah, well, I don't have to go that far
Yeah,
back.
just like
My
Jackie's
grandfather
ancestors.
was from Paris.
Yeah,
Oh, there you go.
Jackie's
That makes you a
ancestors
quarter.
were all
Yes.
like lawn maintenance.
We already know this. I still had to
and,
learn.
and Justin's
And
ancestors
or French.
were witches.
Or French.
I'm not going to say anything bad about
My-
Mexicans.
my-
I've worked
my,
with
uh,
them.
They're either good. They're either good at
My
running a
ancestors-
lawnmower or just running.
You know what? You know why there's Mexico don't have a good track and field team in the Olympics?
Yeah, because everybody else who could run, climb, or swim is already here.
And jump too. Yep.
I don't blame them. Mexico sucks right now.
Mexico sucks a lot of times.
Well,
It
because
sucked
I mean,
for decades. Trust me.
There's a lot of good place in Mexico. There's a lot of like
it's
nice
the
fucking
demand
place in
for
Mexico.
drugs in the United States that makes Mexico
Yeah.
suck balls.
And it's just like the north of Mexico that really sucks. You know, the rest of it is it can be pretty chill. You know, It's
Well,
like-
I would
That's
argue-
what my pops said. My dad visited Mexico,
Yeah.
and he said the border is terrifying.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
all the cops are crooked, and everybody's like
So like,
crooked as shit. But if you get out into the villages and stuff, he said
Right.
they're the nicest people you ever
you know,
met.
it's like I spent some
I
time in
went to
Brazil.
check this out, guys. I went to Mexico like 25 years ago by myself on a bus deep in the heart of freaking Mexico. And the only trouble I had for 2 weeks coming and going there was in El Paso and Tijuana.
Right.
Otherwise, the whole time was freaking incredible. And I didn't, like I said, I didn't speak a word of Mexican at the time. And everybody there I met freaking spoke English. So when they say K and act like they don't speak English, don't buy it for a second.
Like I spent some time in Brazil, and people oftentimes like, "Oh, Brazil is violent shithole and stuff like that." Man, you look in place like in some place like Rio de Janeiro, there's a lot of crime, but even then, the crime rate, like the murder rate in Rio de Janeiro, is lower than Detroit. So what the fuck, man? Like,
Yeah.
The murder
That's
rate
a-
in a lot of places are lower than Detroit.
yeah,
Race the people of wine and cheese.
like
I would
Detroit, Baltimore, all
say,
those places got like worse murder rate than Sao Paulo and on Rio.
Right.
So it's no big deal, you know. You go there, like stop being afraid of the world.
Right.
Now
Yeah.
it's the middle of the stream, so I'd like to just put this out there. Fuck Ukraine. Now we can
Not Ukraine.
I wanted to say, I
leadership.
think we just heard Shadow's origin story for how he got his wife.
Yeah.
No.
He went down there with
No,
a
that
white van. He drove out to the
No,
middle of the
he kept
town.
taking-
No, that was many
That
years
was
later.
kind of
Down
attractive
there,
to
and
the
that's,
bag of
how he
words
got
and he
his
goes
wife.
back home.
Brazil is
That was-
great.
that was many
Stay
years
out
later.
of the favelas. I don't know what a favela is. I'll take.
Oh,
your
it's like
word
it's
on
like the
it.
ghetto. It's like the poor neighborhood.
and Obama cries.
Built-
If you
built
start
on the-
finding houses made out of cinder
But
blocks
if
and
you
sheet
go to
iron,
Brazil and you hang out on the
Turn around.
beach, it's probably awesome.
It's one of my favorite places of the world.
Morgan
I'm not a
Le
beach
Fay.
guy. I'm not a beach guy, but like Brazil was one of my favorite places in the world. I've been like all around. It's one of the places I prefer.
Because you like big butts and you cannot lie.
Yeah, exactly. On the beach,
No,
on the
he
beach,
went to
there's a lot of like
Germantown.
people. There's a lot of people like trying to sell you shit on the beach. And I've been a lot of beach all around. The people in Brazil that try to sell you stuff, they're gonna offer you something. You say no, they move on. You know they're not harassing you. They go to see somewhere else. You go like when I was in Cambodia. You tell them no, you have to tell them no like for fucking 15 minutes. You say, man, that's all time you could have go see somebody else. You know what I mean?
Have you been to Indonesia?
No, I've never been to Indonesia.
No, I've heard that in Cambodia, the people just have like a sad, downtrodden,
Yep.
they've been beat down look about.
Oh yeah, it's very sad to see. Like they're very meek. They're very you feel that they've been beaten down. It's not that far away, you know, like this Pol Pot regime. It's not that long ago.
Yeah,
And it was like a big
my
fucking mess.
niece, when she went to Vietnam, they took a bus trip into Cambodia, and she visited It was called like SR1 or SR71 or whatever.
Yeah,
It was the high school that they turned into a
prison.
special
I've been there.
place for political prisoners, and she said it was freaking or the word harrowing.
Harrowing?
Yeah, harrowing.
Heroin.
Yeah, harrowing. Or yeah,
It was
She
heroin.
said it changes you when you walk in and you do the tour. It will
At some
change
point,
you because
we-
it's just so terrible, and you don't realize how terrible people can be.
at some point, like I didn't go to the killing field while I was there because at some point we were in Phnom Penh and we're like visiting those kind of sites, and at some point it's like, man, I fucking had enough. I cannot take like more of this atrocity tourism, you know. So I went to Siem Reap, go see Angkor Wat. That was amazing.
She
But,
said
uh,
that
yeah.
the other
Oh,
thing she
yeah,
noticed
oh,
in
let's see
Vietnam
that.
is there were like no old people.
Yeah,
Like the oldest people she saw were like my age. She's like, there were no 80-year-old people just hanging out. And it was like, damn. But she had a great time in Vietnam. She said the Vietnamese people were just absolutely lovely. The one thing she hated, though, was that she doesn't like Asian food. But eventually, when she was in Vietnam, she found an Indian restaurant. So then she was good.
That's not food. That's not food.
Indian food.
Indian food is awesome.
Yeah, it's
Well,
like
dude,
baby food, but
I'd
with
say
chunks of
they
meat
do
in it.
make the best coffee in the world.
I went into an Indian restaurant a few years back, and you could see all the food in the pans, you know, behind the glass. And I swear to God, everything looked like diarrhea. I'm just like, what? Okay, now I know where diarrhea comes from.
It's baby food with chunks of meat or vegetable in it.
It's spicy baby food. It's like habanero baby food. Baby's first heart attack.
It depends. It depends.
Yeah.
See,
So,
curry
like butter chicken is not
basically-
spicy.
When somebody says they're making a curry, that's just like me saying I'm making gravy.
yeah.
Because most of their thing is you make rice, and then if you have enough money to get the spices or whatever, you make a gravy to pour on the rice. And
I
then
can't
if you
believe
have
like this.
more
This
money, you might put meat or vegetables in it, depending
Yeah.
on if you're a Muslim or Hindu.
the
because
stream is
Hindus
going
a
into
lot
like a
of
food
money
stream
than
again. Eh?
Yeah, we
Yeah, it
always
always
go into
does,
a
guys.
food stream.
Yeah.
Even
didn't-
though
I didn't
I'm
eat
not
anything yet today,
a
so it's torture.
non-rice eater, I still make vindaloo on occasion.
Yeah.
And I just make it extra thick with a lot more pork in it than I normally would.
Because we
And
always
then
like
I
it
just eat
extra
it like
thick.
you would chili.
Yeah.
The trots
But-
is what you get after you eat the curry. I've never had a problem with that after a curry, but I make my own curry. So I know it hasn't set in a warming tray for a week and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You made it with clean hand.
Botulism.
Yeah.
Botulism.
The food in Brazil was amazing as well. Like if you go like the meat, if you love meat, man, Brazil, Argentina, man, you think you had good beef in your life, like the beef over there, like
we have a
so
Brazilian.
fucking good.
We have a Brazilian steakhouse in Orlando.
I have been to.
But
a
if you go to the
Brazilian
Brazilian steakhouse, you still they're gonna make like beef in the style of Brazil, but not with Brazilian beef or Argentinian beef.
No, they make it with
The
Brazil. This place is
Oh,
like you're paying some money for it.
The
in
chorizo,
Orlando, yeah, it cost about $70 to go into the place.
yeah.
But then they got a sign on the table that's red or green.
Yeah. It's
And if it's green, they just keep bringing you food until you turn it to red.
Si por
And they
favor,
will bring
por
you-
favor, no obrigado.
Beef, pork, lamb.
The lamb there was great. The
just-
sausages.
Yeah,
all kinds
that's
of
what a churrascaria is. You go there and they just like the people like with their big spike with the meat on it, and they cut it in your plate.
Skewer.
Man.
Yeah.
Yes.
Skewer, yeah. That's,
And they give in our restaurant, they give you tongs.
yeah.
So when they start to cut it, you grab it with the tong, and then that way, when they cut it off, you
Yeah.
gotta hold up.
Nah,
Yeah, I
this is
missed
me.
that.
I
Like,
just
there's
put my
not- there's
mouth
one
there
in
and let it
Montreal,
pour in.
but it's not good.
The sausages there are great. The
And the
lamb there
linguiça.
was great. The beef,
Yeah.
the skirt steak.
Yeah. And they
I
have, if
ate-
you're into that, like they make good chicken art. If you're into
Yeah.
that kind of thing.
Chicken
You
I
can get
ate
with the meat
so
sweat.
much meat at that restaurant
Yeah.
that I got the meat sweats. And then when it was time to leave, my wife was driving, I fell asleep before we left the parking lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
She's
Other place I
didn't
like
even
a
make it
lot.
out of the parking lot. I was just,
In
That good
and
sounds like
Andalusia
that one.
as well. Like the food was amazing.
Andalusia, Spain.
Thing, that's nasty.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the south of Spain, they had amazing food there as well.
Well,
Spain is on my list of places I would like to visit.
Spain
Yeah.
is got a really big food culture, and it's like, as somebody who went to culinary school a couple of times, people
A couple times.
To eat.
2 classes.
Still a student project.
Well, the same niece that was in Vietnam and is currently, I think, somewhere in Africa, Gambia, right now.
Yeah.
She went to Portugal and Spain, and she said that, yeah, Spain is amazing. And the people are super friendly as long as you don't play the annoying American thing, you know, like you're yelling and being loud and stuff.
Yeah.
They don't like that at all.
Do
But
any
if
of us
you-
look
but
like
if you're, you know, humble,
Yes, you
and
do.
just talking, and she said most Spaniards speak English.
Max, have you been to
Yes.
Greece?
Never been to Greece, no.
That's
No.
on my list too.
That's my list.
That's the thing. Like I said I've been everywhere. Like I've been in a lot of places, but most of the time I go to some place and I stay there for a while. So like I spend a lot of time abroad, but I didn't do like that many countries because I spend a year in Paris, spend a year in London. You know what I mean? Just like I go and I hang out. You know, I want to
heard
get the
Paris.
vibe of a.
I heard
What?
Paris smells like piss.
Yeah, it fucking stink. It's terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the people are fucking rude. I couldn't stand it at some point. Like I was supposed to stay there longer, but I said, "Fuck, I'm done here." And that's when I went to London.
You see, I told you.
Yeah.
Go where the good people are.
And
not
I
the
got to say, the
demons.
British food is way underrated. Yeah, it doesn't
Yeah.
look good, but it fucking tastes good. You know, it's like
Yeah.
people like shit on it because it doesn't look good on the gram. You know, but fucking eat it. It's good,
Fish
man.
and
It's
chips
like
is awesome.
yeah,
Well,
and like
British
and
food
the
is
sausage,
fun,
they have
man.
good
Basically like
sausage,
just
the
roast
the
beef, right?
good
And
pie,
beans
pork
on
pie.
toast.
Yeah, beans on toast. It's
Yeah.
good.
Freaking
I
Spain is-
I got freaking barbecued beans in the pantry. I could make beans on toast right now.
Yeah,
Uh,
but it
fully
depends. Like the
breakfast
beans,
for
when you
that.
make the beans, the where the beans are made has a big impact. You know.
We call them baked beans
Yeah.
or Boston baked beans.
But not
It's
all
just
baked
seasoned
beans are not
pinto
all baked
beans
beans
is
are
all it
equal.
is.
You know, there's an
Yeah.
art to it.
And if
You
you're gonna
know-
can them, they got to be canned in something like a molasses or a syrup. They can't be canned in water, man.
Nope.
The beans.
Well, you can them
that
yourself,
I'm talking about.
from the grocery
They're made with like molasses and brown sugar and
Yeah.
spices.
And when you get like fresh bean that doesn't come from a can, you know, that
Yeah.
came like you just fucking took dry bean, you make them soak for a night, then you cook them. You know.
Yeah.
We're hillbillies. We know all about beans, bro.
we know about beans. Bean soup and
I live
cornbread.
with Mexicans. Yeah, you don't need to tell me about beans.
Yeah.
Right. I will say one good thing.
I think that's an
about
insulting
Canada-
thing to call your son, man. You're supposed to call him maintenance.
One thing that's good about Canada is poutine.
Poutine
Poutine.
is everything that I always needed in a dish that I didn't know I needed in a fucking dish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can get it on the street.
Yep.
When
Yeah,
we
see-
when our
Poutine's
our
fucking
sister
amazing.
lived up in Lincoln
I
Park,
think
which is part of
poutine-
Detroit.
Poutine is
You
the
could
French
drive
trying
across
to
into Canada,
seek redemption.
and there would be like poutine merchants, you know, and you just walk up and you're like, "I'll have the poutine with whatever," and they put the big pile of French fries in, and then the pile of farmer's cheese, and then brown gravy, and then cheddar cheese on top if you want, and then you're just basically sitting there eating crispy French fries covered in brown gravy and cheese.
Yeah.
It's pretty
Yeah.
badass.
It's a beautiful thing.
You
Yeah.
call it a farmer
Well, you
cheese?
hit the key word
Yeah.
there, James. They got to be
Curd.
crispy. Them soggy ass
Curd.
fries. Put them back, and finish cooking them.
In America, we would call it chili fries and make it with chili and cheese, but up
not the
there
same.
it's brown gravy.
Yeah, but you can have like poutine. Like I got like a many variation. The basic is like the fries, the gravy, the brown gravy, and the cheese curd. But you some people would make it like with a spaghetti sauce, which I'm not a big fan of. I like
Ew.
poutine with like ground beef and onion. So that makes
Yeah.
you like a more of a beef
Justin,
meal.
Justin
I
eats
had
a
a
lot of
poutine that
freaking
was
jerk
made with
chicken
beef tips.
poutine.
Yeah, I used to. They closed that restaurant down.
What chicken? Chicken and green peas.
No, jerk chicken.
Oh, jerk chicken. Oh,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I chicken and green peas is a kind of classic one. It's called like Galvaude poutine.
But yeah, I had poutine, and it was normal poutine like I described, but it was also made with beef tips. So it had little chunks of like slow cooked beef in it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So it was
Yep.
French fries, brown gravy, beef, cheese, cheddar cheese on top of the farmer's cheese.
Yeah.
I mean, it was
Because
It
it's
was
just a good
nice.
base,
And it
you know.
was
It's just
cheap.
a. It's just,
and they
it's
just hand it to you in the little styrofoam container with a fork, you know, little, and you walk down
Yeah.
the street. Another thing about Canada, at least back then, this would be the early '90s, is
Yeah.
their strip clubs were full nudity,
Yeah.
and they
Still-
had
still like
dwarf
that.
tossing,
Yeah.
where
Yeah,
you
what?
could throw a dwarf at a Velcro wall, and if he stuck,
Oh, yeah.
you could win prizes.
Yeah. Now, we used to have
Canada
at the
was
local
pretty
mall
wild
that
back in the
Velcro
day.
wall. At the
Mhm.
local mall, we had the Velcro wall, and you could throw kids at it.
Yeah, back
They're
then
just
it
they're
was,
just
you
put
know,
kids in
you
those
drank-
suits, and you
you
could throw
drank
them at them.
Canadian beer, which is stronger than American beer and cheaper because the exchange rate was nuts. It was like, you know, if you tipped a stripper a $5 bill, I mean, she was like, "Holy shit," you know.
Yeah.
When I
And you got
went
like not
Germany,
only it's for
it was
nudity,
like
but
that.
you got like those little back room where you can go to.
Yeah,
When
I
I
never
used to-
did that.
When I
You never
used to
did that?
smoke cigarettes, I loved because I went to college in North Dakota and I loved Canadian cigarettes. Players Lights, those were my
Oh, yeah?
jam. And I just like go up into Canada, drink a lot. It's like drink.
I derailed your thread. I'm sorry.
What
No,
thread?
shit. My stream has no theme
You
to
guys
it.
are making me hungry, Raven. Yeah, I'm probably going to boil a head of cabbage here in a minute.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna.
I had some curry ramen, red curry, Thai red curry ramen.
I
I'm
believe
gonna have
it's
some.
Friday. That makes
For me, it's
pizza
gonna be
day.
like beef onion and Brussels sprout.
Oh, I
I
love
love Brussels sprouts.
I love Brussels
I'm
sprouts.
not allowed to eat them anymore. but
I
love
hate-
them.
I hate them with a passion. Unless
What
you
about
got,
you,
to Germany.
unless you got equal parts cheese sauce.
When I went to Germany, I was in Frankfurt, and the exchange rate between the U.S. dollar and the Deutschmark
Mhm.
was so lopsided. You could buy like a liter of beer for 50 cents. You know, like, and when you go into like one of those beer halls, sometimes they'll have like recognizable beer on tap,
Yeah.
but then they'll have what they call the house brew,
Mm-hmm.
and it's the beer they make there.
Well, in
And,
Spain,
you
in Spain it
know-
was the same as well. Like it was the euro, and it wasn't like so. It was like what 15 years ago, maybe now, 10 years ago. I don't remember. No, fuck, it was 20 years.
Yeah, I
ago
was in
almost.
Germany back in '91.
But you go
they
to
were
those
still
pubs.
using the mark, the Deutschmark.
Yeah. You go to those pub, and it was like 25 cents for a glass of beer, and it was like just the glass they had. You would order twice, you would have like different size of glass, but you know it's 25 cents. You don't fucking care, you know. Just like you just give them like 25 cents. They fill your glass with beer, you drink it, you throw them another quarter. You get so you spend fucking all day drinking, and it's so fucking damn hot. That's what
Yeah, I
you do.
remember that. The one thing I remember about the German house brew that I drunk is it was thick as hell.
Yeah.
Their beer
Oh, yeah.
is thick.
When I
I'm
was living
looking
in
for
London,
a good source of apples right now.
a good source of apple.
Yeah, I need a
You
lot
want
of
to make
apples.
cider?
Yeah,
Mm.
I've got this 25-liter carboy here. I need to use it for something.
Do apples grow in Canada?
Yes.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, I do have
but-
apple tree here on my land.
yeah, I don't have an apple tree though.
Yeah, I have
That's the
I have
problem.
2 and I have a pear tree. They're not doing well
Ooh.
Yep.
You should make some cider. Then send it to me.
though. Actually, like the guy that used to own this property before me was making moonshine and making his own booze. So there's a bunch of bat all around the land. I need to go sell.
It's only moonshine if it's made with corn.
Well, is that true?
That's true.
Yeah, you would use
It's
that
like it's
Appalachian
only
guy.
bourbon if it's made with corn.
Yeah. but it's
You make your whiskey out of anything else. It's just whiskey. It's not bourbon. Bourbon has to start out with a
well, if you want to
corn
make whiskey, it has to be made with wheat.
Well, wheat. I guess you can make your Canadian whiskey. You can make Irish whiskey with wheat.
Yeah, wheat or barley.
Barley. Mm-hmm.
But no, I got like some bottle from the alcohol that the guy made that I still left back in the house, but I never drank them.
Huh.
You should do a stream tasting
You
random
don't wanna go
bottles on the
blind?
wall.
Well, like that's like little Scotch and moonshine killed one of my uncle. That's the thing, because when you start distilling alcohol, like the first alcohol that get distilled is methanol, and this is toxic to human, so you have to kind of throw it away or use it to power your car.
We had a buddy named Marty.
That first couple gallons is pure 100% unadulterated ethanol. It will kill you.
No, it's methanol. That's the thing. Ethanol is what you want. Is the stuff that.
And then after you take that away, you run the rest of the still, and then you taste it. And if it's not where you want it to be, you can add back some of the first batch to raise up the proof. But my grandpa, he always kept his about 80. This idea that you drink a glass of a shot of moonshine, you're gonna and you never ever buy moonshine off of somebody you don't know, because if they run that moonshine through bad copper piping that they tuck out of a car radiator or something, you're going to end up getting a dose of freaking radiator fluid in there. That'll turn you blind and kill you.
It killed our buddy Marty back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Also, in Prohibition era, like we have to. See you, bro. In Prohibition era, like a lot of people were dying from alcohol, from moonshine alcohol, but like the government capture some barrel of alcohol, poison them, and send them back in circulation to help enforce the. So it's actually like the government that poisoned their own people. That's a true story.
Oh no! Really? You weren't doing something heinous?
What? Unscrupulous moonshiners will do shady ass shit.
Yeah. Well,
now
unscrupulous people
it's not even illegal. You can go get a license and own a still and make all the moonshine you want. Beer you can make without even nothing.
Yep.
You know what the cartels are doing?
It's the selling of it that.
Check this out. The cartels are getting so pissed off about people mixing fentanyl in with the cocaine, that they're actually making the fentanyl pills pink. So if people try to cut it in with the cocaine, it has a pink tint to it, and people will know.
Now fentanyl is old news. Now it's about the trank.
Well, fentanyl's still killing people.
Yeah, well, you've seen like this trank drug, like
killed
people
Mac
like almost like hanging down like that, dead between the leg.
Drugs are bad.
My favorite rappers.
Like I said on James's stream earlier, you look at Kiev, which is a city and a country that's at war with a world power, and it looks beautiful and pristine. And then you look at Philadelphia.
Yeah. But you can say that about just about all American cities, right?
No, you go down to Harriman, Tennessee, where I live, and it's nice.
And it's not the Ukrainian. It's not the Ukrainian people that are at war with Russia.
Yeah,
fuck Ukraine.
The multinational.
Yeah, exactly. It's the multinational. It's the NATO using the Ukrainian government. It's fucking.
The only thing I would say that Congo got wrong is calling Russia a world power.
It is.
They're a regional power, but they're no longer a world power. They don't have a navy to project power anywhere.
Well, they don't need a navy to project power.
They just got nukes.
Yeah, and you know what? You got a lot of nukes. You're a world power.
They got long range missile.
We aren't living in 1992 anymore. Navies are obsolete.
Yeah, and they have long range missile, and Russia is so fucking big that they can have base anywhere, like all around their country, that can reach every fucking where. You know, they don't need navy.
And they're being good boys. They're helping our good buddies Iran become nuclear.
Yep.
Support nuclear Iran without a question.
Because if you look at the, they're still in the top 7 economy in the world. So
Well,
You know, shit keeps on going the way it's
Yeah,
going. I'm going to
I love watching American news where they're talking about how the Russian economy is so terrible and stuff like that. And
Yeah,
then
it's
you
not
watch like unbiased news
Mhm.
from like Turkey or Portugal or something like that. And they're like, Russia barely has any national debt. The
Mhm.
ruble is based on gold, it's not a fiat currency. And they have a lot of trade partners. Turkey is a member of NATO
Mhm.
and is still trading with Russia.
Yeah.
And what was the other country they were super mad at? India.
India.
is buying so much Russian products.
Yep.
It's insane.
You know,
And
India and China. That's a
Well,
quarter
China
of the
is
world
buying
population
Russian
there.
gas
You-
and then selling it to Europe at a markup.
You know, one of
blame 'em?
It's so silly how shit's going on,
free
man.
market economy, baby, capitalism.
well, you know, one of the things that was the Casa Bella is for this war in Ukraine is that Ukraine was
Biolab?
an,
Justin using
No.
the Latin.
Ukraine was an added manufacturing hub for Russian materials, right? So they'd take in like raw materials and turn them into like toilets or screwdrivers or whatever and sell them back. And NATO wanted Ukraine to switch over to being an added manufacturing hub for Europe, right? And Ukraine said, "Sure, we'll do that if you pay for the retooling." And the European powers said no. So the Ukrainians stayed with Russia. And then 6 months later, they had an election for their leadership, and this was
They
a
had
big
a
thing
coup.
going on. And then 3 weeks after that, I'm just making up these dates; they're close enough. The election was deemed invalid, so they had another one, and they just refused to pick up the ballot boxes from the two territories that seceded.
Yeah.
And then the Ukrainian government started shelling the civilian populations,
That's the thing. Like when they had like
literally shelling them.
the what is it like with the Lushenko with the Orange Revolution
Yeah, that's what
way back, you know, and then so like the CIA and stuff like that, they put like their puppet there in Ukraine. Then then the
The
Ukrainian like
CIA
got a
would never
pro-Russian
No.
guy again.
and there are literally leaked audio recordings of the meetings from when this happened.
Yeah. But then after that, the Ukrainian voted in a pro-Russia guy again,
Yeah.
and then the CIA had to do a second coup, and with the Maidan Revolution, and then now it's, Zelensky is coming from that. It wasn't directly Zelensky at the time, but
He's like
it's
the third guy in that,
I've
that
said
structure.
it before, and I'll say it again. The way you launder money, if you're a politician,
Yeah.
is you drain it.
Well, yeah, but there's 1,000 little countries like that across the globe.
Yeah. But Ukraine was they're big because also it's a big source of human trafficking.
Yeah.
It was.
Believe me, the Ukraine was like the capital of that whole industry.
And because Ukraine is like its place in they're kind of people like us. You can deal with them. You understand, like going with the Asian, you never really know what you're gonna deal with. Ukrainian, they're much dealable, and it's like close to Western Europe. It's not at the other end of the world, but it's not in NATO, so you can do your shit there. It's kind of like the perfect spot to do all your shitty bullshit. It's a very poor country that would let you go away with anything. So there was a lot of
Now
that.
it's Romania.
Yeah. Well, Romania are not dummies though.
Yeah. Well, I don't think the Ukrainian people are dummies
No, I'm
either. It's just the
saying
government
Romania will pretty much,
converged.
as long as you keep it on the DL.
But also, Ukraine is not
whatever in Romania.
That's haram.
Haram.
Ukraine is not a real nation either. Like the territory of Ukraine before the USSR was like part of Poland and part of Russia, and just like Ukraine was a borderland, and just like made it an administrative region by Stalin.
So it's like Taiwan.
Yeah, well, Taiwan is another thing. Taiwan doesn't claim to be an independent country. They're a province of China that's in rebellion. That's what they say. They say, "Oh, we're the rightful government of China."
No, one China, baby.
Well, they both say one China.
Technically, I
Both
think
both
they are
China,
the
both
actual-
Beijing and Taiwan say one China. They just don't agree which who should run that China. They both claim to be the rightful government of China.
I think that honestly, the Taiwanese are the rightful government.
No.
No, I don't think so.
You don't think
Taiwanese
so?
are
Aren't
country
they the
controlled by the
ones
West.
that followed what's his name? Something
They were the
Check
previous
or whatever.
government.
What? Sorry.
Wasn't they the ones that followed the Nationalist Party or something?
Yeah.
Well, now like Taiwanese are they have like this
What's up, baby?
female world leader that has been put there
Yeah.
also by the fucking coup or by like some, you know, they're the one that have like they're the only place in Asia almost that got like the gay rights stuff, you know, just like, so fuck them.
I like that Vivek guy because he said that they asked him about his friendship with Taiwan, and he was all like, "I'll be friends with them right up until we can make our own superconductors, and then I don't care what happens." And they're like, "That seems kind of cold-hearted, don't it?"
And that's the thing too.
And,
you know, that
and
the
he's
people,
like, "I'm worried about America."
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
am I going to go to World War III with China over a country? Well, right
it's not,
now,
but that's the thing. It's not over a
because
country.
all
It's
the
not over a country.
semiconductors.
It's not over a country. It's over like a region of a country. That's China and Taiwan. It's Chinese internal politics. It's no business of the rest of the world. It's a region, a province of the country that is in rebellion. It's not a separate country. They don't claim to be. China don't claim it to be a separate country. You know,
But
the
the
people,
problem
the
is-
people in Taiwan see themselves as Chinese. The people in China see
Like I
the
said,
Taiwanese
is
as
they
Chinese.
make all the superconductors.
But
Yeah.
that's a big economic
But
problem
your-
because
your
like China and
country's-
Taiwan. Sorry, go ahead.
James, your country isn't going to make superconductors because your country's too busy offboarding all industry to other countries.
Well, hopefully, whoever wins this next election will. do
We'll
something
just get our hat to do it. I mean, when I think of America, I think of like
We're doing the same thing up here.
Canada. Canada's just part of America because Alaska's on
We don't
top
produce
of it.
anything.
So you're just like
Yeah.
Puerto Rico to us.
We don't want to be part of you.
We
We've
don't
seen your
care
cities.
if you want to be part of us. Manifest destiny, bitch.
No.
Just,
The-
yeah, you may not have
Go west, we're going north.
north to
We're
Alaska.
going-
You're not even using
What is
half
about-
Canada.
The Russians.
Yeah, we
Africa.
are. We're storing our shit there.
Yeah. That's where we keep our trees.
I think
Yeah,
Shadow
I like
could
that.
probably take over Canada if you really wanted to.
Man, you go ahead and try. We got a track record here.
Yeah. We got
All we
to
gotta
burn the
do
White
is
House.
like-
Yeah, you did burn the White House down, but then you got massacred in New Orleans.
We're gonna send you like a new Leo Macho.
Yeah, we sent all our slackers there to get rid of
All
it.
right, I'm gonna remove myself from the what's it because I'm gonna go walk my silly dog.
All right.
Yeah.
Wanna
I'm
take
gonna
mine
go
with
walk-
you?
What I wanted to say about the Taiwan is like this solution is going to resolve itself because like
Take
the
care,
people
James.
in Taiwan see themselves
yeah.
as Chinese. They want to
thanks,
rejoin
bro.
the mainland. It wasn't done before because Taiwan was much richer than the mainland China, but now the gap is not so big anymore. So it's just going to resolve itself at some point. Like there's going to be like some
Yeah.
deal that's going to be made. They have the same culture, except for the people in power that have been put there by external force.
Yeah.
You know, the people in Taiwan, they're just as Chinese as the people in the mainland, and they want to be together. It was just an economic condition. They were too much disparity. Now this is being this is being erased.
And if you actually look at the Chinese government, the only thing communist about them is
Yeah.
the sticker on the wall.
Exactly.
Yeah, they're fucking they're free market, man. They're
Yeah.
they're bigger capitalists than the West.
Well, free market because they steal everything, but yeah.
Wow.
Well, they don't believe in IP in the same way as we do. So,
yeah.
which I don't believe in IP either. So
Yeah,
I'm
I-
not big
like-
offended by that.
I've seen IP restriction abused beyond all sensibility. Like look at 3D printers, right?
Yeah.
That technology was developed in 1982,
Yeah.
but locked behind IP until it got dissolved because Kodak went out of business.
Yeah, don't even get me started with Kodak.
Like-
Those
But why? why weren't those things available at least in the 90s?
Well, because Kodak had it. Kodak had digital cameras before we knew what digital was.
No, that's
Okay.
a different thing, though, right?
No, but
No,
it's,
they
it's
have-
all,
they
it's all
have-
this thing
Kodak
about
had
like
Kodak
Patent
tried to
trolling.
market them. They couldn't because the technology wasn't to snuff. The point is,
They've had a policy of holding on to copyrights,
Yep.
so that they
Yeah.
could sell the previous model until the cows came home. Basically, they
yeah,
had Instamatics back in like the 20s. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just it was crazy how those guys would just they buy these copyrights and then refuse to let them.
well, they developed theirs in
Huge.
house.
Xerox were like that as well. Like Xerox would invent something, they would get a copyright and a patent for it, and do nothing with it, and they would wait
Yeah.
for somebody else to do something with it and say, "Hey, that's ours. Pay us some money." That was like
Yeah.
a whole fucking
Yeah.
business model.
Where
I'm
I have no
really
problem
sorry.
if you develop something and you have to you get a royalty for developing it, but preventing other people from even marketing the thing, like saying you can't produce this technology, period, because we own the patent to it.
Right,
But
but when
that's
you have
bullshit.
shareholders, it's just logical to do things like that, like planned obsolescence.
Well,
that should be outlawed as well. If
Guys,
you
I'm
design
gonna
a product
call
to fail at a certain time, you're a criminal.
I'm going to
Yeah.
call the show because I want to take a nap.
okay,
Yeah, I know what. I need to go eat.
yes.
Go eat, Matt.
Take care, guys. Enjoy your meals. Enjoy your weekend.
Guys,
Party on,
thanks
guys.
for coming on.
Take care.
I'd like
Oh,
to
yeah.
say it
Happy
was a
trail.
good show. Had a lot of fun. We actually
Yeah.
had some topics to talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Women don't need to
Well, let's
vote
hope your
anymore.
internet holds up, and maybe Monday we can bag some more on Mexico.
Yes. Yes.
All right,
Get
take care,
Jackie
guys.
and his buddy on.
Yeah.
I'll let them know.
I
All
want
right,
to see.
Shadwell,
I
think
want
it's
to see
in
them
for
doing
you.
some gardening work before the weekend is over.
Max, thanks for coming on, bro. You know you're always welcome. Giga Chad.
Absolutely. Bro.
Yeah.
Justin,
Why am I here?
thank you, buddy. Shadow, always a pleasure, guys.
Absolutely,
Peace,
guys.
love, and chicken grease.
Guys.
Party
Take
on.
care.